Hang on. What up, players? It's the morning after with Nick and Big J. Welcome to Thursday. Big J, it's the 18th day of September 2025. What do you have to say about that?
It sucks.
Come on, what's the matter?
No, I think today our one of our oldest pets is going over the Rainbow Bridge.
Oh, no. Who?
Yeah, Jackabooty. So he's
What?
19. Yeah, he's 19. And
Is that the one, the diabetic one that you have to give shots?
No.
Oh, God.
Sirius is doing fine. Jackabooty, he's living with Maddie and Adara. He's 19. I mean, that's old for a cat.
Dude, that's a good run.
So we've known this is coming for a while, but that doesn't make it any easier.
No, it makes it harder.
And it's just things come quickly, like when that happens. And so I don't know what's going to happen today.
Oh, he went south quick?
Yeah, it's sad. And I feel bad because they were having to deal with it last night. And, we're in another place. And I mean, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. It does suck. I'm sorry.
That's all right, man. So it's going to be a rough day for old Big J, because when I met Kylie and started dating her and then, eventually moved in, Jackabooty and I bonded really fast, and I love cats, and he was my buddy for a long time. And then when Maddie and Adara moved out, they took, her cat Madden, passed away a couple years ago, and Jack. And so, I've been sad for a while because I missed him, and go over and see him every now and then, but it's tough.
I can only imagine.
We have to go through these things, so
yeah,
part of life. It's the worst part.
You want to hear that Bad Flower song this morning? Make you feel
you go to hell.
I'm just saying.
That does not make you feel better.
It doesn't. The release of emotions make you feel something?
No, I'm on the verge of a mega breakdown between everything that's going on. Like, it's like a dike that's about to have a dam problem explode, and I'm just, putting little finger spots in holes that are punching through.
Wait till you get an email that I have to send you today.
What?
That may send you over the edge. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm serious. So, everybody, hold on. You never know when Big J's breaking point could be hit, and we could have a serious issue on the air today. And isn't that why people tune in, Big J?
I mean, hey, whatever gets ratings. I guess.
I mean, you saved it for a good day.
Yeah.
And of course, it is one of those deals where, I mean, if you could hear a man mentally break on the radio, why wouldn't you want to tune in to hear that, right?
Might as well.
Might as well. Could it be the nerd alert that makes Big J snap like a dry twig? Perhaps it's the pop culture smackdown. Maybe it's a question. Who knows? But we'll all be waiting with bated breath to see if Big J can make it through the show. And let me go on the record. I hope you do, buddy.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome. Today on the show, we do have a Nerd Alert courtesy of Big J. We have X-Fest tickets to give away. We have Demo Derby tickets to give away. We have an opportunity for you to learn your power hours with us in the 7 o'clock hour. And we have your first keyword for Textual Healing. That's $500, Holmes. That's coming your way today. We had a winner yesterday. We'll inform you about that, too. It's Weezer right now on the X.
After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Be Our Guest. Coming up tomorrow, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Be Our Guest to check out Johnny's Pizza in Meridian right there at Main and Fairview. Family-owned and operated, everything homemade, made from scratch. They got some gluten-free options as well. If you're looking for a new pizza place, Johnny's Pizza could be the one. Amazing flavor without the huge price tag, and they back it up. How so? Right now, you can grab a large one-topping pizza for just $9.99. That's a pretty good deal in 2025. Dine in, carry out, get it delivered via DoorDash or Uber Eats. But be our guest to Johnny's Pizza, and come tomorrow, 9 o'clock. You can grab $50 worth for just $25 while supplies last. It goes live at 9 o'clock tomorrow at xrock.com. So be a part of the fun. Grab yourself some Johnny's Pizza. Big J, the preliminary data is in for Idaho's 100 deadliest days. We talk a lot about it on this radio station. We talk a lot about how you need to be a little bit more careful and drive during the summer hours and keep your head on a swivel. And Big J, apparently our message did not get through.
No, it was rough 100 days, man.
Yes, they run from Memorial Day to Labor Day, and during this time, more people are on the roadways. Risky driving behaviors tend to rise. That includes impaired and reckless driving, and the Idaho Transportation Department says we have 88 fatalities during that particular time. That is an 8% increase over last year. So that's bad. What they're really worried about, Big J, is the dramatic increase in motorcycle deaths that took place over this particular time frame in the year 2025. There were a lot more. About a quarter of those deaths were motorcycles. That's an all-time high, and that's not great. So the message isn't getting around to those of you that are driving on two wheels. So something you have to be extra careful about. And unfortunately, what they found out was a great majority of these cases were usually self-inflicted. Going too fast, reckless driving, inattentive driving, failure to yield, all sorts of stuff. So just do yourself a favor and pay extra close attention. Keep an eye out for motorcycles. And if you're on a motorcycle, behave,
Well, it's not only that. If you're riding a motorcycle, also training. You need training. You need to continue to do that even after you've gone through the early training, whether it's, going to the STAR program or the Learn to Ride program at High Desert Harley Davidson. It doesn't matter. You need to keep continuing to train and be prepared for those emergency situations. And yeah, Nick, as I keep careful, look on these situations because, I'm riding my motorcycle a lot and I want to be safe out there. And a lot of motorcycle accidents are the rider's fault. And you have to be aware 100% of the time and just understand how dangerous it is to ride a motorcycle. And, it's upon you to make sure that you're safe. And you just have to be paying attention and not, riding beyond your means. And that's the case for a lot of these unfortunate and tragic accidents.
Yeah, not to say that everybody doesn't need to pay attention and it all falls on somebody's shoulders. That's not necessarily the case, but it is one of those deals where, you got to make sure you're doing what you can, doing your part, that you're not part of the problem. And I think if we all do that a little bit more, then maybe these numbers will go down, but they are continuing to tick up, which is exactly what we don't want. The Masters, Big J, the biggest golf tournament of the year, agree or disagree?
Yeah.
It's also famously stuck in the past when it comes to some prices on there, like, pimento sandwiches, but also its TV broadcast is pretty rough. But they have taken a small step forward into the 21st century. Amazon Prime Video has signed a deal to stream 2 additional hours of the first and second round coverage on Thursday and Friday of the tournament. Famously, you weren't getting a whole lot of TV coverage until the weekend of the Masters. That's always the way they wanted it. They've never really changed it until recently. The Prime Video stream will lead into ESPN's broadcast coverage each afternoon, so they're extending that coverage as well. So now you have a little bit more Masters to enjoy. You just have to go to multiple platforms in which to do that, which is interesting that they could possibly pull that off. But listen, the Masters is its own entity. It isn't attached with, all the rules the PGA works out. It's all its own kind of thing. And so it allows them to do this with 2 different sports networks for essentially the same event, which is really crazy. Big J, The Muppet Show is coming back. Disney Plus has announced it's just doing a new special featuring Sabrina Carpenter. You know who that is, right?
Yeah, of course.
As the guest star. But they've tried several different iterations of bringing back the Muppets in some way, shape, or form. This appears to be more of a throwback to the original variety show style Muppet Show that was on when you and I were kids, that you could watch, that had celebrity guests and musical guests and the Muppets singing along with them and doing different skits and that kind of thing. That appears to be the angle they're going with. And if this special does well, then maybe they will bring it back on a more regular basis. It will be coming out, I guess, as part of the September slate, so later this month at some point. So you'll be able to check out the new Muppet Show on Disney Plus if you're a subscriber. Probably a little bit out of our wheelhouse, Big J, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
I mean, the Sabrina Carpenter of it all. But would you watch it if it was like, I don't know, James Hetfield was a special guest?
Yeah, probably not.
Would you want? You wouldn't watch that?
Maybe I'd come across it. I haven't watched anything Muppets in a while.
You got something against the Muppets, dude?
No.
I mean, it sounds like
No, I don't.
You wouldn't seek them out. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff.
Animal on the drums.
It is the X-Rocks.
Here's traffic inside the...
That's the Foo Fighters, times like these here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. I got beef, Big J.
Uh-oh.
I mean, it is now, like, I think, escalated between... I've had kind of like a toying back and forth with the National Toy Hall of Fame. We talk about this on the regular, but I have now escalated into full-on beef because, they have 87 toys in the National Toy Hall of Fame. It began in 1998, and my problem is, of those 87 toys, there's probably 60 that are actually toys. The rest are a very stretched definition of what a toy is, and we talked about this last year when they allowed Phase 10 into the National Toy Hall of Fame. Have you ever played Phase 10?
No.
Okay. Phase 10 is a card game. Now, we had this discussion whether or not a card game or games of any kind are toys. I think we both agreed no, they're not.
Yeah, they're games.
They're board games, right? That can go into the Board Game Hall of Fame. But that a game does not a toy make, especially a board game. And so I've got beef with the contenders for this year's National Toy Hall of Fame, but then they went an extra, just a bridge too far for me.
No.
There are 12 finalists for the 2025 class. Battleship, board game, not a toy, right?
Yeah.
Settlers of Catan, board game, not a toy. Connect 4, board game, not a toy. Spirograph, maybe, but I would argue that that's more of a creative outlet and less of a toy, but I can give a little bit of that. Trivial Pursuit, not a toy. Scooters, mode of transportation, not a toy. Slime, okay, I'm on board. Slime is a purchasable thing that you can have fun with. That's cool. Cornhole, not a toy. Star Wars lightsaber, cool. That is absolutely 100% a fictional toy that you can play with. Furby, toy. Tickle Me Elmo, toy. I'm good with those. But then they have also nominated this year for a finalist, snow.
Snow?
Yes, the actual natural occurring element.
You can play with snow.
Of course you can, but is it a toy?
Pretty dumb.
Yeah.
It's exceptionally dumb.
Yes, you can be creative and you can mold and you can build forts and you can do cool things with snow. There is no doubt about it. But snow absolutely is not a toy. Just because you can mess around with something and form something does not make it a toy. Play-Doh, toy. Absolutely.
I mean, you could also call snow a dwelling.
Yeah, you can live there
because you can make it into an igloo. You can live in that thing.
It's crazy to me that snow is among its finalists for the Toy Hall of Fame.
Yeah, it's pretty dumb.
22 people, historians, educators, and experts are the ones that come up with this list. You need a better group of people to do this.
Without a doubt.
It's a real problem. And the Toy Hall of Fame, all it does at this point is just make me mad. And we're at a point now where there is exactly 4 toys in their group of 12 nominations for the National Toy Hall of Fame. And so shame on you, National Toy Hall of Fame.
Shame!
May the title be stripped from you. Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J's got a...
Let's go talk to the nerds. Nerd Talk.
The best in tech and gaming. Big J's Nerd Alert on 100.3 The X Rocks.
All right, we're leaning in here on the tech this morning for Nerd Alert. And Meta had their Connect started yesterday. It continues today, but they unveiled some new things. Mark Zuckerberg rolled out a trio of new smart eyewear, including its first model with augmented reality. So Meta's boss also launched the second generation of Ray-Ban Meta, as well as a pair of Oakley-branded sunglasses designed for athletes. In addition, Zuckerberg launched Horizon TV. So it's a new entertainment hub for Quest headsets, which will give easy access to Disney+, Prime Video, and other streaming services in virtual reality, which is pretty cool. Now, Meta's first pair of AR, augmented reality glasses, have a built-in screen. It's the Meta Ray-Ban display, Nick. It's $799. It will come with a limited number. It will come to a limited number of brick-and-mortar stores in the United States on September 30th. The Ray-Ban's displays have a camera, audio functionality, and translucent heads-up display that allows the wearer to respond to text chats, AI prompts, directions, and video calls. You're able to use gestures to interact with the HUD, including small actions like swiping your fingers to type out a chat reply. Each pair requires a dedicated EMG wristband. That's the Meta Neural Band, which enables these interactions, Nick. So this augmented reality is coming out, and it's interesting. The Meta glasses, Nick, there are plenty of people out there wearing them that can record audio and video. I find out my brother-in-law bought a pair, and he loves them. I was like, that's crazy.
Yeah, sounds like something that would make me sick, but I wish everybody best of luck.
Yeah, the HUD, the thing that does interest me a little bit, but there's still a lot to be said for that here, especially when you can only film for like 3 minutes at a time. It's a little limiting. On the other side of this, for tech needs anyways, the handheld market is about to get a little bit bigger, Nick, as we have now found out when the release for the ROG Xbox Ally and ROG Xbox Ally X handhelds are going to be coming out. They will launch October 16th here in America, and on launch day they'll be available in other countries as well. Now, they haven't finalized the pricing and they haven't allowed pre-orders yet, but the ROG Xbox Ally, the base one, is going to be $549, somewhere in that neighborhood, and then the Ally X, which is the high-end version, will be $899. And so those, again, I mean, this is pretty much what you're getting is a handheld computer with a large display, and it's pretty awesome. I hope to have one of these days. It's not going to be anytime soon, but
where will you use
these
that,
are
though?
Everywhere.
But like you have a TV, you like the game. You've talked before how you don't like to do things on your phone.
No, I don't mind. That was years ago.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
I pretty much play a lot of games.
I was thinking
there.
like you like to have a big heads-up display. Why you would pay $900 for a
Here's
handheld?
The thing. With the handheld, especially with the Xbox handheld here, I mean, you have access to every game you've ever had and you've ever played, and so that to me is alluring. But also the functionality and functionability of having mobile windows with you to be able to do other things aside from playing games on this is really intriguing to me in a way that is different than a laptop. So we'll see. But again, this is you'll find these in stores October 16th. And as soon as we find out about the pre-order stuff, we'll let you know about that. But that's your Nerd Alert, man.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Coming up in a few minutes, some important stuff, as well as We're Going to Hell. It's next on the X Rocks.
Important stuff.
Launch newsfeed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff brought to you by Two Men in a Truck. Join the X and Two Men in a Truck this Friday, 3 to 5 p.m. at the Fred Meyer on Overland and 5 Mile in Boise as we help kick off Movers for Mutts, a great program that Two Men in a Truck have been putting on last couple of years, where you swing inside the Fred Meyer there where we're going to be. You pick up some essential pet items. We're talking like food and treats for cats, dogs, something along kitty litter, something along those lines. Leave them with us, and we will make sure they go directly to the Idaho Humane Society. Humane Society right now experiencing unprecedented demand, so we are looking to help out the Idaho Humane Society along with Two Men in a Truck. Since when is that a bad thing, Big J?
It's not.
So
Amazing.
Swing by Friday afternoon, help the X, Two Men in a Truck, assist the Idaho Humane Society. You can win some stuff for the X Rock stock while you're there as well. This Friday, 3 to 5, Fred Meyer and Overland and 5 Mile with 100.3 the X Rock. Big J, when kids leave the house, it's a difficult and trying situation. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it turns out that when they get out, they usually want to get the hell out. The average relocation of children when moving out of the house is about 400 miles from home. So be grateful, Big J. You have two kids that are fairly close to you.
Yeah, thank goodness.
It's one of those things that where kids, when they usually want to kind of spread their wings, they really want to get out on their own. And so 400 miles from home is on average. For instance, when I moved out, I moved almost all the way to Arizona.
You're
and
like, I want to get as far away as possible.
I was pretty far away when I decided to make the leap. But that can create emotional challenges for parents beyond just the physical distance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Basically, even when their kids move out, they still expect daily texts from their children. About 75% of parents actually expect that. How much percentage do you think actually get them, Big J?
Right. 20%.
You're right around there. 19% is exactly the amount of parents that receive multiple daily messages from their kids. 17% get at least one daily contact. Parents initiate the communication about 70% of the time. Like, they don't hear from their kid unless they're the one that says, hey, what up? And it's primarily through texting. But if you're a lady, Big J, you're going to hear from your kids twice as much as they hear from their dad. So the kids are much more likely to reach out to mom than they are to reach out to dad when they are moving away. And so that is something to keep in mind as well. If you want the best way to keep in touch with your kids if they move out, Big J, you better be on their social media, because that's the way that you're going to get most of the update, according to the year 2025. So yeah, I suppose all those things feel very, very real to me.
Yeah.
I can understand that. I mean, a lot of times you move out and you don't want to have to be under the thumb of your parents anymore. So having that a daily check-in not required is a fairly freeing experience. But other times they miss your parents just as much as the parents miss the kids, you know?
Yeah, you hope so.
So it definitely depends, I think, on the situation, on the relationship, on the reliance that you have had on each other for the last couple of years, how that communication goes. But here's hoping it goes exactly how you want it to go. Sean McVay is the head coach of the Los Angeles Rams. We can agree on that, Big J.
Yes.
Probably going to be moving a bit slower on the sidelines when his team takes on the Eagles on Sunday. McVay was pacing back and forth so hard on the sideline during the Rams win over the Tennessee Titans that he tore the plantar fasciitis in one of his feet, Big J.
Ow.
Not great. McVay said the good news is I'm not playing, otherwise I'd miss a couple weeks. He's just on the sidelines watching, so he might have a little bit of a limp when he's on the sidelines this weekend. That sounds like it sucks, right?
Yeah, and he's a workout bro, too.
Yeah, maybe that's how he tore it. Who knows? But
Too fit.
you think so?
Yeah.
You don't like how muscular Sean McVay is?
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe
puts
he
you
puts
off?
himself in danger like this.
He doesn't know the limits of his own body.
Yeah, Andy Reid isn't getting that injury,
Andy Reid isn't tearing anything on the sideline, except for maybe a sheet of paper. Big J, Sylvester Stallone's crime drama Tulsa King has officially been renewed for a 4th season. The announcement comes as season 3 hasn't even premiered yet. It's going to debut on Sunday on Paramount+. Here's what we know. In season 3, Dwight's empire starts to expand, but Big J, so do his enemies.
Oh, no.
And the risks to his crew. So now he faces his most dangerous adversaries in Tulsa yet. And that's season 3. Can you imagine what's going to happen in season 4, dude?
Can't even imagine.
You have been very vocal about your dislike for this Sylvester Stallone show.
I don't want to say dislike. It's not dislike. It's just not for me. I'm not into the gangster world stuff.
Yeah.
And apparently, it's great. The people I talk to who watch it, they love it.
I've never watched it either. I haven't talked to anybody who's watched it, so I don't have the same in-person kind of thumbs up that you have, but it must be doing okay. You
Clearly.
don't come back for 4 seasons on a streaming platform unless you are making money of some kind or people are enjoying it or you've got some sort of metric that shows your show is successful. So you got to give it up to Tulsa King, at least at that point. But now, Big J, things are more dangerous than ever for Sylvester Stallone.
I'm the king.
I hope he makes it out of Tulsa alive. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff. We are going to go to hell, and that's going to happen next on the X Rocks.
Light, stories that are incredibly f***ed up. Oh man, we're going to hell.
Let's not kid ourselves. I'm going to hell and you know it.
The Morning After with Nick and Big J on 100.3 The X Rocks.
Big J, every profession likes to find out who's the best at what they do, right?
Yeah.
That's why there's things like the Academy Awards, the Emmy Awards. That's why we are award winners at the Idaho State Broadcaster Awards, Big J.
Yeah.
That's why we've won Rock Radio Station of the Year 2 years, one of the only multiple-time winners in the entire United States of America, Big J.
Amazing.
Because we're pretty good at what we do, if you don't mind us tooting our own horn.
Yeah, we don't do it enough.
So it's probably not a surprise, Big J, that I am about to give you the results of the International Grave Digging Championship.
The international grave digging?
Yeah. I'm not talking
Yeah,
about the monster
big
truck
time.
grave digger.
Yeah.
I'm talking about a collection of the world's best that do a job, a title that has basically been something that's been around since humanity has been around. We're talking about people that go around digging graves. Now, a lot of it can be done with small, kind of like bobcat type material
Excavators.
now. Right. All those kind of things. But there are a group of people that have a talent that do this on a regular basis. And since 2016, they have been meeting in the country of Hungary. And the Association of Cemetery Operators and Maintainers, of course, heretofore known as the MTFE, have been flying the world's best gravediggers that do this job manually to Hungary to compete in a competition. The competition is you have teams of 2, the gravedigger and the gravedigger's assistant, that are given a plot of land, and they have to dig out the best 6-foot hole deep in the ground that is 7 feet by 4 feet wide without using any kind of things other than a shovel. They have to eyeball how deep the actual hole is, how wide it is, how tall it is, and the people that get the closest in the least amount of time are named the best gravediggers in the entire world.
What do they win?
They win a really cool shirt, a prize package. Looks like it's a golden shovel that they get to take with them.
Oh, nice.
So it's some sort of at least kind of like recognition that they are the best at digging graves in the world. And it's pretty impressive, Big J, some of the numbers that went in. So you had about 26 different countries represented at the Grave Digging Championships. It was held on September 6th, and the performance was based on a 10-point scale. Speed, aesthetics, precision, all of these things are part of it. And the Hungarian team ended up taking home the first prize. Now, it could be a little bit of home field advantage. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, they're familiar with the dirt and just the landscape. That's got to be important.
It is the second year in a row that this particular group won the championship.
Oh, no, man.
The enviable time of just over 1 hour and 32 minutes to dig a grave for somebody. So, not bad with pretty inception. The United States team came in second place. Big J, a couple of grave diggers from California, ended up coming in 1 hour and 33 minutes and 20 seconds. That was about a minute 20 behind the winning team, so we've got some work to do in order to be considered the best, but number 2 isn't bad. If you need a grave done quick, I guess they're the people to go to. Russia came in dead last, Big J.
See, I would think they would be really good at it at this point.
They blamed their deplorable performance, which took them almost 3 hours to complete the hole, on the hot weather. They're used to digging in cold, and it was really hot and hungry, and they didn't like it.
You need us to dig in the ice, we'll do it.
They didn't like it one bit.
You're Russian.
And so they struggled to get the job done in that soft, moist earth of Hungary, Big J. And so now we know the best of the best go to this particular place to see if they can win the title of the world's best gravedigger. So I guess I'm not exactly surprised this is a competition. I am surprised that it's a worldwide and people fly in for this particular thing. But listen, we've talked about grocery store bagging competitions. We talked about pizza box building competitions. There's all sorts of stuff. Yeah. People love to be known as the best at something.
This needs to be on the Ocho.
I agree. Although I would imagine it would be a little bit, it's not, watching somebody dig a hole for an hour and a half doesn't sound like a fun spectator sport. You know what I mean?
Let's get Joe Buck to commentate.
One thing that I could not find in this story, what do they do with those graves? You know what I mean? Are they for people? Were you doing something
let's be productive here, guys. Let's pre-dig some of these hit holes over here.
What's going on? What kind of bodies are going in these holes? Nobody, it was not in the story.
Bodies.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your We're Going to Hell story. It is the X Rocks.
Fasten your belt.
Oh.
Your other belt.
Oh. It's time. Here's today's Aftershock Power Hours. Qualify for a trip to the Aftershock Festival, only from 100.3 VX Rocks.
All right, you're paying attention for Aftershock Power Hours so that you can keep track of the Aftershock artists you hear in those Power Hours, because at the end of the hour, you will be prompted to call or text, and then you give us a call or you text us in at the number of artists that you think you heard in that hour, and if you're the first person to do so correctly, boom. You are officially qualified for a trip for 2 to Aftershock, and we're giving away bonus tickets to Aftershock every single Friday here on the X, so additional possibilities to win are always a thing. Big J, what are today's Power Hours?
Today's Power Hours, Nick, are 8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Okay. So you're saying in like 10 minutes we got a Power Hour coming up?
Yeah, man.
All right. It's going to pay attention then. So if you want to get in on this action, what are they one more time?
8 a.m., 12 p.m., and 6 p.m.
Listen up and listen well. And of course, we give you a little bit of an intro before each artist, so you don't have to have the lineup memorized or anything cruel or unusual like that. But if you can get in on the fun, then guess what? You could get qualified for a trip for 2 to Sacramento to check the Aftershock Music Festival out on us. Morning After with Nick and Big J, some important stuff. A little bit of pop culture smackdown, and yes, an Aftershock Power Hour next on the X.
What's going on in the news today?
The Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Important stuff is brought to you by T Mazda and the Pre-Owned Superstore. Getting financed at T Mazda even easier than ever thanks to GoTeamCredit.com. Everybody gets pre-approved. No effect on your credit? Try it. Log on to GoTeamCredit.com today. Get started. Next thing you know, you're driving away in a vehicle that you know and you love and you can afford. Isn't that cool?
Yep.
Thanks, Team Mazda. Big J, Cornell University has got some pretty staggering numbers when it comes to social media, and I don't think any of this is going to be a surprise. The researchers did studies over the last decade of basic social media posts revolving around the political atmosphere in the United States of America, Big J.
Yeah.
And they found out that essentially what may start with a disagreement, in 45% of the cases, basically just turns into personal attacks rather than any kind of debate with actual facts backing you up or opinions or anything like that. We just essentially turned to name calling almost immediately in social media worlds and circles. Basically, they analyzed tens of thousands of replies on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all sorts of stuff. And they identified 7 tactics people use to shut down others online. Name calling is number 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then moral corruption is number 2. Things like, if you're a veteran, then you have to know blah, blah, you know what I mean? Things like that. Like you making somebody feeling uneducated from whatever stance they're supposed to be on. And then the other one is instant disqualification responses and content dismissals, like whataboutisms and fake newsisms and all this other stuff. And then you bundle down to physical threats. Like, talking about how they will find you and beat you up for whatever opinion that you have or whatever the case may be. 69% of all online news posts derive into this kind of interaction with users. And so doesn't matter what side of the aisle the post is on, right-leaning, left-leaning, it just turns into a name-calling basin that we all jump into, and that's why I'm pretty sure that's a really clear definition as to why we are where we are at this particular point.
Yeah.
Of course, most things become an echo chamber for what you believe in, and that's where you're going to find nobody arguing with one another. But anytime there's any divisive kind of things or one side comes up with a way to argue, that's when we essentially turn into a bunch of kindergartners, essentially, calling each other names and all sorts of stuff. So it's not changing. It's getting worse, of course. And this is one of the things that I don't know if anybody's actually leading this charge, but there have been talks about how news comment sections should be disabled. It essentially just becomes a confrontational battleground that has zero implications in the discourse as to what's going on. It basically turns into either an echo chamber or a battle, one of the two. There's very rarely anything of any use that comes out of those particular things. So there has been talk of that happening, but it will never happen. Never, ever, ever. Number 1, that Pandora's box has already been opened. Number 2, we have decided collectively as a society that clicks mean currency. And the more people they can get to click on this news story, regardless of what kind of opinion or BS they're sprouting, it is a positive thing for that particular entity. And that's what they care about. Not necessarily the discourse, just your interaction, because they can monetize that. And it's a dangerous thing that we have turned into our way of using this as an advertising mechanism, but it is where we are in 2025. I do not think you could put the toothpaste back in the tube. I don't.
No.
I think it's just the way that we define what is a successful entity and what is not. It's how many comments, likes, and shares you can get on it, and what is said no longer matters to the original poster as long as you are saying something, And
which
that's
is
a problem.
Yeah, it's disingenuous and it sucks. And I mean, I just the people that go in and do that commenting, I'm like, they got a lot of time on their hands, man.
Dude, whenever you want to lose faith in humanity, pick a local news story. Doesn't matter which one, and just click on comments.
Doesn't matter what it's about.
And just click on comments. And at some point, you will lose the faith in society and in people in general. It just is a matter of time. Big J, the Minnesota Vikings fan named Camden Tassabaugh, has done something pretty impressive. He has spent the last 2.5 years building a Lego replica of United States Bank Stadium. And it's now getting the spotlight it deserves, man. It was made by over 15,000 Lego pieces, not a kit, something that he devised himself. It's 4 feet by 4 feet, includes everything from the basically the huge gigantic horn they have at the Viking Stadium to the hanging American flag, a gear-driven mechanism that allows all 5 of the massive stadium's glass doors to swing open in unison, just like they do on game day. And it's now permanently installed at the stadium. On the 100-level concourse, you can admire the replica all season long. Nice. I hope they're paying this guy for that.
Yeah, it's got to be awesome for him.
Yeah, got to feel pretty good, man. I mean, again, this is like the essence of Legos, what it was when we were kids. It's like, hey, here's a bunch of bricks, build something that you think looks cool. Not like here's instructions brick by brick on how to build it, although those look cool as well. I'm not disingenuating any of those particular things. I'm just saying this is a guy that didn't have a kit. He was just like, what if I make a mini Viking stadium? And he did it. And now look at him, Big J.
Yep.
Will we see him on Lego Masters? Does the name Camden ring a bell to you?
No, it doesn't.
Well, maybe he'll be on it. If you like Apple TV's The Morning Show, we've got good news for you. It's coming back for a 5th season. It was renewed once again. Season 4 dropped yesterday. And so now you know that Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon will be coming back. The show, it was inspired by Brian Selter's 2013 book, has won 4 Emmy Awards and has 27 nominations. And it is coming back for season number 5. This is a show you jumped off of. Is that correct?
Yeah, well, let's see. Yeah, for a while we had Apple Plus for a little bit and we watched it. It wasn't something that was super interesting to us. So, but then I think our subscription ran out, and now we have Apple Plus again, but haven't gone back to it.
Not enough for you to fire it back up.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Last Apple TV series you did watch?
Let's see. Let's go with Ted Lasso.
God, that was like a year and a half ago, almost 2 years ago, dude.
Sure.
What are you paying for that for still?
That's a great question.
That loose.
I don't know if we are.
Oh, I see. You don't even know if this is. Oh, you might be on somebody else's tag team. Well, as far as you guys are concerned, you didn't hear that. Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your important stuff, your pop culture smackdown next on the X-Rocks.
Here's traffic.
Pop Culture Smackdown. On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yep, and a Morning After prize package, baby, is what you're going to get for beating me in Pop Culture Smackdown. And we're talking a pair of tickets to X-Fest 2025 happening at the Ford Idaho Center Amphitheater October 1st. We've got Chevelle, Asking Alexandria, Dead Poets Society, and Venus Love there for you. That's going to be cool. And this weekend happening out at the Gem County Fairgrounds is the September Showdown Demo Derby, baby. That's happening, as I said, in Emmett. So we'll get you set up with all these tickets here. You just got to beat me in Pop Culture Smackdown.
We are now officially less than 2 weeks away from X-Fest 2025, Big J.
Oh, my God.
An opportunity to score some tickets coming your way right about now, 208-287-1003. If you can defeat Big J in Pop Culture Smackdown. Big J, are you ready?
Yeah.
Do you think you will do well?
No.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm just getting back into it.
Okay. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hello, the X.
Morning.
You there?
Yep.
Wonderful. What's your name?
Joe?
All right, Joe, you're up first. Joe, who played weatherman Phil Connors in the movie Groundhog Day?
Bill Murray.
Right.
That is correct. You're officially taking on Big J. Big J, what rock band were David Gilmour, Roger Waters, Richard Wright, and Nick Mason in?
Pink Floyd.
That is correct.
Right.
Back to you, Joe. Joe, what Hanna-Barbera cartoon character was always causing trouble for Ranger Smith in Jellystone Park?
Yogi Bear.
That is correct.
Right.
Big
Hey,
J,
Yogi.
what stop-motion animated film by Tim Burton stars Johnny Depp and Helena Bonham Carter?
The Nightmare Before Christmas?
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, sir. That is Chris Sarandon doing the voice of Jack Skellington in The Nightmare Before Christmas, not Johnny Depp. Second guess?
I don't got it.
God, you're a Tim Burton fan.
I don't know. I'm a Beetlejuice fan.
Oh, you like Wednesday. That's Tim Burton.
Okay, you're right. Take it back.
Hey,
Take
Joe.
what I just said back.
Wow. Do you know the answer? You win no matter what.
Corpse Bride.
Right.
Joe nailed it. It is called The Corpse Bride.
Damn.
Well done, Joe. Hang on 1 second. We will hook you up with those X-Fest tickets as well as tickets to the Demo Derby this weekend, too.
Listen, I want everyone to know that my favorite part is when the listeners get the question right that I get wrong.
That's your favorite part?
Because that means they actually earned it. It wasn't just because I was a schlup. They knew more about pop culture than I did.
I see. I understand. Listen, it's always nice to get bested, right? It
Not
makes you feel
really.
like you went down in a blaze of glory. You fought your best, but you were bested by a better opponent today.
Yes, that's true.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. Your headlines next on the X-Rocks.
Stupid stuff. It's time for headlines on the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Headlines brought to you by Be Our Guest. Tomorrow, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Be Our Guest to Johnny's Pizza in Meridian. Fairview, Maine is where you can find them. They're family-owned and operated. They got delicious, handmade, made-from-scratch ingredients and food. And if you like pizza, check it out. And if you like flavor without the big price tag, Johnny's Pizza could be the place you go as well. Especially if you like gluten-free options. So check it out because they've got some great specials going on even if you don't take advantage of the Be Our Guest deal. They got one large, one-topping pizza for $9.99, which is really, really cheap. You can get that carry-out delivery. You can also take it to you, DoorDash and Uber Eats, and they can dine in as well. So be our guest at Johnny's Pizza tomorrow, 9 o'clock, xrock.com. Throw down $25. We'll give you 50 to it, and you can have pizza for the foreseeable future. Pretty cool.
Yeah, you know what? Proofing their dough for 4 days, try to tell me that isn't going to be delicious.
Yeah, it's great. Headlines are as follows, Big J. He did it! Utterly confused and Disney villain.
Disney villain.
Authorities around Walt Disney World in Florida are on the hunt for a man who pulled off a daring late-night robbery at Disney Springs. Investigators say the suspect swam up to the Paddlefish Seafood Restaurant just after midnight on Monday, broke in, and stole between $10,000 and $20,000 in cash. He reportedly was wearing a wetsuit, scuba gear, and then he stashed that before entering the manager's office where the night's earnings were being counted. According to deputies, the man forced 2 employees to the corner of the room, told them to close their eyes, tied them up. He was gone within 2 minutes, and he got almost $20,000.
Wow.
Nobody was hurt. No weapons were ever seen. He just scuba dove in, scuba dove out, and took $20,000 with him. After the heist, the man is believed to have suited back up and escaped by diving into the nearby pond. He has not been found, but the Paddlefish restaurant's still open if you want some delicious seafood right by the Disney Resort.
It's an inside job, right?
It feels like it might be, or at least somebody that's got some inside knowledge of when they do the count and how close you could get into it using the pond. Yes, it does feel like somebody that worked there knew something. But who knows who it is?
Like a first mission on a campaign, you know?
In a video game, you're saying?
Yeah.
Got it. Is it time for Investigator Big J? Do we need to call you into the scene?
No.
Huh?
I'm unavailable.
Aw. He did it or utterly confused.
Utterly confused.
We all sometimes receive an unexpected package at our front door that we didn't order, but it doesn't get any more unexpected than this. A mysterious parcel was delivered to a post office in Scotland and addressed to a tiny island off the coast of Swana. The package contained a pair of Adidas sneakers. Now, it's unclear who exactly the shoes were intended for because the only resident on that island are wild cows. Swana hasn't had a human inhabitant since the year 1974, but somehow a pair of women's size 5 Adidas shoes made their way there. Alexander Annal, whose family's owns Swana and lives on a nearby island, got a heads up from the local post office, so he was wondering who the hell is sending a bunch of mail to cows? Who knows? Consumer experts say it could be a case of brushing. Big J, what's brushing?
I have no idea.
It is where sellers send out random parcels to fake up positive reviews online. So this is them looking into their company going, hey, I don't know why I got this, but I got this, and then they leave a positive review. So it's almost like paying people for positive reviews, but they don't know. Cows don't leave reviews online, dude.
No.
That's never happened, at least to my knowledge.
No, they do use the mail delivery service, though.
Do.
Apparently.
Wrap it up with He Did It. Australian daredevil Joseph Todling earned a Guinness World Record by pulling a car 328 feet in 56.42 seconds while his entire body was on fire, Big J.
Why?
The stunt made him the first person to hold the record for the fastest 100-meter car pull in full body burn. Video shows support team members following with a fire extinguisher during the dangerous attempt. 3 extinguishers were needed to douse the flames afterward, but Joseph already holds multiple fire-related records, including the longest duration full body burn without oxygen at 5 minutes and 41 seconds. The furthest distance pulled by a vehicle while burning at 1,999 feet, and the fastest 200-meter cycle during a full body burn at 49.55 seconds. This guy loves being on fire, Big
Yeah,
J.
I wonder if he was in Ballerina.
That movie also loved to set people on fire. Maybe too much.
Yeah.
Maybe went to that
Them
well
and
too many
Rammstein.
times. Yeah. But there is a new record, Big J, so now you have your goal. Will you break this record at some point?
No.
All right. Can't say I didn't try. There's your headlines. You're up to date on everything. Also going to put a finishing touch on your Aftershock Power Hour. So if you've been paying attention, why don't you send us a text at 208-287-1003 with how many Aftershock artists we have featured in this 8 o'clock hour. First correct person to text in, you are qualified for not only the trip for 2 to Aftershock, also the bonus Friday drawings that we do for additional tickets. So best of luck in this Aftershock Power Hour from the X-Rocks.
It's time for some textual healing on 100.3 VX. Win $500 thanks to a few keyboard strokes.
Get it? I get it.
Here comes another keyword.
Well, first things first. The X, hello.
Hello?
Hi, is Brandy in, please?
This is her.
Hey, Brandy, how you doing? It's Nick and Big J from 100.3 The X Rocks.
What's up?
How are you, Brandy?
I'm good.
We are
doing good,
calling for a particular reason. Do you happen to know what that would be?
I won $500.
You are really good at this contest thing, Brandy. Congratulations. Yes, that is correct. You won
Awesome.
$500.
Oh, that's so great. Thank you so much.
Cold, hard cash. What are you going to do with it, Brandy?
I'm going to be boring and probably pay some bills.
Wow, listen, we can appreciate that.
Yeah, listen, responsibility is paramount, so we certainly can appreciate that. Have you been listening throughout the day? Have you been texting throughout the day? Or are you only able to do it at certain times? What's the strategy?
We listen, it's kind of a conglomerate of my office. We kind of all listen to one channel and just all keep track, so.
Do you want to give the office a shout out then?
Yeah, the office here in Murphy.
Beautiful. Now, just to be clear, you will not be splitting this $500 with your coworkers. Is that correct?
We might.
All right.
We have to discuss it.
That's a first for us. That's awesome.
Congratulations, Brandy, to you and your coworkers for teaming up. You have got $500. We appreciate you listening.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Be like Brandy, $500 richer just for listening to the X and playing along with some textual healing. That's what this is all about. So you need the 9 o'clock keyword. Big J, what is it, please?
It is power. Power. Power.
You want to use that in a sentence?
Yeah, this radio station needs power to run.
It's true. And it's definitely one vital source for what we do around here. So if you want to get in on today's $500 drawing for textual healing, you just need to text in this word. What is it, Big J?
Power.
Start texting.
Text that keyword to 208.
That is Ghost, and that is Lacrima, their latest here on the Morning After with Nick and Big J. Big J, let's talk about it. Where's Idaho on a really cool list?
Yeah, we'll get to that. But the list, Nick, coffee.
Oh.
A recent survey by National Coffee Association found that 66% of Americans drink coffee every day.
I thought that number would be higher.
Around 519 million cups consumed daily. So the question is that Wallet Hub wanted to find out is, what's the best city for coffee lovers, Nick? So where do you think Boise, Idaho lands on that list?
I mean, it's got some independent coffee shops, which I feel is probably one of the bigger things that they would look at to this. Like, how many options do you have as a coffee drinker to get the coffee that maybe you want that isn't like a Starbucks in every corner kind of thing?
Yeah, like an actual cup of coffee.
But I'm guessing that there are much bigger cities with a lot of other choices that Boise doesn't have. So I'm going to say in the 40s.
Nowhere.
It wasn't on the list?
It goes all the way to like the 50s.
Oh
Boise,
my
Idaho
God.
doesn't make an appearance in any way, shape, or form, Nick. And in fact, this is crazy. Number 5 on the list is a town that you might think would be close to number 1, Seattle, Washington.
Yeah.
I mean, they've got a ton of coffee, obviously home of Starbucks. Number 4, Miami. Number 3, Long Beach. Number 2, Orlando. And then number 1, a Northwest city, Portland, Oregon.
Yeah,
Nick.
Portland's got a ton of indie coffee shops.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And that was one of the deciding factors here is the number of available places to stop to get coffee. And then going into that, their ratings and how they're rated, et cetera, and leaning heavy on the espresso over, sugary coffee drinks and that sort of thing.
Yeah, pure coffee as opposed to,
Yeah.
can I get a shake that
Yeah.
essentially has got coffee in it?
Can I get a coffee ice cream shake? I mean, it's Boise doesn't make that list, and I guess we're all right. I can get to have my coffee.
Hey, listen, the good news is any city in the United States of America has about 900 coffee choices for you wherever you want to go, which is why I thought that number would be bigger.
Yeah, 66%. You would think 75%.
I would think it'd be in the 80s or 90s as much as coffee infiltrates the just pure societal norms and how it's everywhere and omnipresent. But listen, I don't drink coffee. I know I'm in the minority there. I love the smell of freshly ground coffee beans. Can't stand the taste. Don't like it.
Yeah, I don't. I get that, the smell of fresh brewed coffee is intoxicating to me.
Because you're an addict. You're addicted to it.
I can't help it.
Morning
Give me more.
After with Nick and Big J. Your bad impressions are next on the X Rocks.
I'm not impressed.
On the Morning After with Nick and Big J.
Yeah, bad impressions. We've got a nice morning after prize package here that includes tickets to X Fest just 2 weeks away out there at the Fort Idaho Center Amphitheater with Chevelle, Asking Alexandria, Dead Poet Society, and Venus Love. And we're going to throw at you some tickets to the Demo Derby Showdown, which is happening out at the Gem County Fairgrounds in Emmett on Saturday. So all these tickets are yours. You just got to figure out the clues, the bad impressions today.
Phone number is 208-287-1003. If you'd like to play, Big J will give you 3 clues to point you in the right direction, figure out who it is, and you are headed to X-Fest on our dime. And hopefully you're having a good time. Are you ready, Big J?
I'm ready.
Hello, the X.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, buddy? What's your name?
Tyler.
All right, Tyler. Good luck.
I was a writer and cast member on SNL for 9 years. I got to impersonate the likes of President George Bush, Joe Biden, and Mitt Romney. Hall Pass, Horrible Bosses, and We're the Millers, just a few of the comedy movies I've starred in.
You are heading to X-Fest on
All right, you got me. I'm Ted Lasso, the American football coach turned soccer coach.
It's going to be what's his face.
You can do it.
Oh, sorry.
Nothing, Big J.
It happens.
Yeah, I guess. Hello, the X.
Hello.
Hey, did you hear Big J's clues, or do you need them again?
I need them again.
Great.
I was a writer and cast member on SNL for 9 years. I got to impersonate the likes of President George Bush, Joe Biden, and Mitt Romney. Hall Pass, Horrible Bosses, and We're the Millers, a few of the comedy movies I've starred in. And all right, you got me. I'm Ted Lasso, the American football coach turned soccer coach.
Oh gosh.
A real barn burner today.
Yeah,
Big J.
man. Ted Lasso, one of the biggest shows ever.
Jason Sudeikis?
Nailed it.
Yeah, wait.
Thank you. What's your name?
Shannon.
Shannon. Hang on 1 second. We'll hook you up with those X-Fest tickets. Big J, other than Ted Lasso being the last show you watched on Apple TV, why is Jason Sudeikis in the news?
And coming near you to a TV here, hopefully sooner than later, it is Jason Sudeikis' birthday today, Nick. How old do you think Jason is?
Is he 50? He's got to be 52.
Straight up 50 years old.
All right. Happy birthday,
See
Jason.
you next year, Jason.
Oh, all right.
The 50-year-old club.
Okay. And yes, they are currently filming season 4 of Ted Lasso here in the United States of America, Big J. Do you think that will make it jump the shark? It's no longer a fish out of water story. It's now a fish in water.
Oh, I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's coaching women's soccer now,
That's right.
So we'll see.
But, it's a whole different people and a whole list of different personalities. But there's still some of the people that you know from Ted Lasso back for season 4. No air date for that yet, right?
Nope.
Just that they're filming it
Yep.
in Kansas City. His hometown, as a matter of fact. Did you know that, Big J?
Yes.
Morning After with Nick and Big J. There's your bad impressions. We're going to wrap up the show here next on the X Rocks.
Do HVAC issues
Brand new X Rock from Bad Omens. That song is called Spectre, like the evil organization in the James Bond universe, Big J, but spelled differently.
Right.
That is going to wrap up the Morning After with Nick and Big J for this Thursday. Thank you very much for hanging out with us. We gave away some tickets to go check out X-Fest. We gave away tickets to check out the Demolition Derby. We told you about the World Grave Digging Championships. That was a thing that took place.
Bizarre.
And we even got a nerd alert from Big J, but that does leave you with the floor, Big J.
Dude, 41 years ago on this day, Miami Vice debuted on NBC. Nick.
Whoa! Do you remember watching it day one? No. Okay.
No. I was barely figuring stuff out, how to walk and that kind of thing.
How to walk?
But I'll say this: it had a short run, 5 years, but it left a lasting impression and really defined the '80s music, fashion, culture, all of that stuff. Universal Pictures set August 6, 2027 as a release date for a new Miami Vice movie. Directed by Joseph Kosinski. Of course, that is from Maverick. And it's going to be shot on IMAX. And it's described as exploring the glamour and corruption of the 80s. So, whereas the last movie that came out was a today, up-to-date kind of version of Miami Vice, this will be going back to the 80s.
Did you like the Michael Mann movie?
Yeah, I loved it.
You did.
Michael Mann is amazing. He gets into something, he's into it. And I thought it wasn't a lot of fun.
No, it was a different take on the Miami
it was
Vice.
Super dramatic and super serious and kind of a bummer in some regards. But Yeah, this is going to be interesting because 80s stuff is pretty cool. We'll see what they can do.
Hey, bring back the pastels, bring back the shoes, no socks, bring back the real, kind of Miami look of the 80s, which definitely had its own definition.
And the music.
All right. Let's bring back that non-point cover. What do you think, Big
Yeah.
J? Morning After with Nick and Big J. That's it for us. We will see you tomorrow. Jason Drew's up next. Have a good one. It's the X Rock.